I know sometimes you hear let's talk turkey. I'm gonna say let's talk tomatoes and let's talk marinara. Because here's the deal. What makes a good marinara is good tomatoes. I'm telling you, that's really what it comes down to. If you use good tomatoes, you need very little seasoning. I'm gonna give you a list of ones that I think are the best ones. I think you buy a can of each and try it and see what you like. My personal favorite, now nobody sponsors anything. I've got like 10 followers, just beginning, so this is just my opinion, nothing about nothing. So the one I like the best is Pastine. You got two options of like whole peeled tomatoes, or you can even get the kitchen ready one. If you pick up the kitchen ready one, you can almost open the can, pour it in and heat it up and just into a pot, and you're pretty much done. There's also Nina is a good brand, De Napoli is a good brand, Cento, which is a little bit more national, so you'll find them in your regular supermarkets. They make a decent tomato as well. And then if you want to talk about the different types of tomatoes, the one that everybody loves the best, myself included, is a San Marzano tomato. You just have to be really careful. I brought this company out on purpose. I swore I would never use them because they used to drive me nuts. Their whole label was just San Marzano, San Marzano, San Marzano, San Marzano, all along the side, implying that it was a San Marzano tomato. Well, these are grown in California. San Marzano tomatoes are only grown in Italy, and they have an official DOP stamp that you would see on the can that means like these came from the region in Italy where the San Marzano tomato is from. You know, Pastine has some, Cento, there's one or two other brands, and that's about it, because they buy those tomatoes in advance and it's owned and done. You can get San Marzano style tomatoes and some other ones, and maybe ones in California, and then to be fair, these guys make a decent sauce and a decent tomato, but I was so annoyed with the fact that they were trying to say it is a San Marzano tomato out of California. I'm a real principle type of guy. It drove me nuts. Now, I bought a couple of cans since they've changed the label. They still kind of try because I can still see it says SM on there. But I'm going to try them and I'll give them another chance and see how it is in comparison to the others. Now, to give you an idea at the restaurant, now, those of you who don't know me, my name is Adam Kahn. Let me go back before I talk about the restaurant. I used to own two Italian restaurants, Rocco's New York Italian Deli and Brooklyn Pizza Company here in Las Vegas. I did that for over 12 years and learned a ton that I'm hoping that you guys enjoy some of this information. Now, when we did this at the restaurant, we did 2.5 cases. Each case has 6 cans of what are called number 10 cans, which are well over 100 ounces each, and there's about 6 of these cans in each of those. So we were using 6, 12, 15 cans in each pot that we were using. And then we took a 3.5 ounce souffle cup. That's it. Garlic powder, oregano, salt, pepper, pinch of red pepper flakes. So if that gives you an idea, if you use a good tomato, how little ingredients you need, really you use very little. If your recipe is calling for sugar, what I typically find is people originally, when they were making their tomatoes, were using cheap tomatoes that were acidic. So they were using the sugar to cut the acidity of the tomatoes. I promise you, if you use a good tomato, the tomato on its own should be really sweet. You shouldn't need any sugar for it. If you're adding sugar to good tomatoes, it's going to be overly sweet, and it's not how I would want it. So, same thing, a meat sauce, anything else, you want to buy something a little bit acidic because you're covering up with whatever, I understand. But if you want a straight base and just a sauce that's the right one, when your gravy is really good, it's really just about the tomatoes and not much else. So, trust me, get like Pastine Kitchen Ready, get some whole peeled tomatoes if you'd rather do it straight from like that. Take the whole peeled potatoes, forgive me, the whole peeled tomatoes, a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of oregano. Really, it's all you need. Cook it for at least 2, 3, 4 hours on a really low heat so it just keeps simmering. and then try it out. I think you'd really wow a bunch of people, and then you get to say you make your own sauce. And when I tell you like how easy it is, I mean, turn the flame on low and let it simmer. It's awesome. So give a thumbs up, subscribe, like, whatever it is, say hello, let me know your opinion, and let's chat a bit. Any recipes you want me to make, I'll cook off some marinara, we'll use it in some things, and we'll go from there. Hello. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a great gravy. I know I did the video earlier, and I'm not sure if I'm going to post them together, if I'll post the one and then this one, where I talk tomatoes. So I'm going to try out this brand that I mentioned. Just going to open them up, pour them in here for now, and start warming them. I'm going to come back and show you what spices I put in and how little we actually use. And then we just cook it down for 3 or 4 hours from there, and you'll have the best gravy that you've had. Really simple, just good tomatoes and a few easy ingredients. I don't know how many of you have bought canned tomatoes and the whole peeled tomatoes and seen how they come out. So I'm going to bring the pot up close to the camera so you guys can just see. Essentially, it's like tomatoes and juice. And what I'll do is I'll start cooking them down, and then we just take something to mash them up and make them a little bit more like a gravy than the actual tomatoes. But they'll get real soft, they'll be easy to break up, and once we do that, then I'll show you the spices. Cook it for maybe 3 or 4 hours, so no reason to record the next 3 or 4 hours of you watching them cook. So, see you in a bit. Welcome back. So all that you guys have missed is essentially I just took those tomatoes, put them in a pot. Every, I don't know, half hour, I come around and I do this. You did miss me getting sauce all over my shirt. The nice thing is I had the same exact one because they were on sale, and I like the shirt. So, not that any of you needed to know that, but I was gonna record and I was covered in marinara. So, all I have is salt, oregano, garlic, black pepper. And I wanna show you how little I'm gonna add here. Good tomatoes, 1/4 teaspoon of each. That's it. Really, that's all you need. And then the time while it cooks, giving it a good 4 to 6 hours to marinate and sit is what's going to make your gravy just give it that great taste. The tomatoes themselves should be sweet enough and have the right flavor. If not, I'd recommend trying another tomato. But that's all you should need for the ingredients. Like, really, that's about it. I'll mash it up, I'll give it another hour or two, and then we'll be able to use it. And I can use that as my base for anything. Once our gravy's done, I can use that for vodka sauce. I can use that for pretty much anything I do that's gonna need a base. And I'll show you when it's done later today, I'm gonna make something with it as well. So again, subscribe, thumbs up, like, make comments. Really happy to see you all, and I'm happy to share some of this stuff. So I'm gonna hit pause now, gonna finish cooking, and we'll come back in a bit.